true that I've written an article on stress-tolerant maize in your paper. And what the article is all about is actually to bring out a type of maize that was developed by IITA and some other scientists, which NLS was engaged to promote. Because as you are aware, National Agriculture Extension and Health Liaison Services, NLS, we have the national mandate to advance the frontiers of extension. What it means is to package agricultural technology and disseminate it to users. So this stress-tolerant maize, as you know, is a maize that was developed over many years, having actually looked at the production of maize in the country. As you may be aware, Nigeria has, wide variability of rainfall, starting from about 700 millimeters from Maiduguri to over 4,000 millimeters per annum in Delta region. So that allows Nigeria to produce several agricultural commodities. But maize particularly is one of the most important food crop in the country because of the fact that it is being used in almost every household in Nigeria, and it's also being used for feed. And that means that it's one of the most important crop, and it's also very easy to plant, especially where you have rain, you have water, you have fertilizer. So some places like where you have less than 700 or 800 millimeters of rainfall, it is very difficult to produce maize. So the scientists were able to develop what is called drought-tolerant maize. Drought-tolerant maize means that it can do with little amounts of water. For instance, about 400 to 500 millimeters of water is enough to produce that variety of maize. Then, secondly, one of the other constraints for the production of maize that we have realized over the years is the issue of fertilizer. So, fertilizer is one of the most important, ingredients that allow maize to be produced or to bring that allow the farmer to obtain maximum yield. Without fertilizer and water, you cannot. So, we also there was also a variety that was developed to actually what is called low nitrogen tolerance. That means that it can actually tolerate little quantity of fertilizer and also be able to produce potential yield. So that's another variety. Then the second very terrible pest that we all know, which destroys many farm crops, especially maize, is what is called striga. So there's a variety that was developed against striga. So it's striga-resistant variety of maize. That maize has been developed, and that also having been developed and is also being promoted. So those four varieties, pest-resistant, striga-resistant, drought tolerance, and low nitrogen tolerance, were put together and called stress-tolerant maize. And as we know that where it is very important as an option for farmers actually to use during this post-COVID-19 is that during the COVID-19, as we all know, movement were restricted. Many companies were closed, and several other, transportations were restricted and things like that. As a result, the inputs were actually produced in limited quantity. So if you have a variety of maize that can use very little fertilizer compared to the normal maize that would use large volume of fertilizer, it means that it will go a long way in addressing the issue of COVID-19 issue that was caused. Then, similarly, the resistance of this variety that can resist certain pests and also tolerate low nutrients allow farmers to produce maize with little fertilizer, and also allow farmers to even produce maize where rainfall may not be adequate. So this is a maize that can be produced in what you call extra early and early maize, which means that the normal maize means spend about 4 months. So that maize that can be less than 90 days, 80 days, and even 70 days, which means that the extra early can just spend 70 days. So if you can have rainfall that will cover successfully 2 months and 10 days, you'll be able to use, that particular variety and get what you are looking for. Because, if you are producing and then the rain ceases, definitely you are going to lose almost everything, because at that time the crop has not started production and the rain has ceased. So with this variety, you are sure that if there is rainfall that can last up to 70 days, you'll be able to get your maize being produced. And that is why it is called drought tolerance, because it can actually do with little water or little amount of water compared to the normal maize that requires maybe 90 or 100 days to produce.